Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to the B team. Sorry we're late. Cabana boy Ben over here was busy and made us late. But as always, we're late, but we're here. You're welcome. Ben had the best excuse last night for us moving it because he was watching the Jacks play basketball, which is I mean, if you're gonna have an excuse, that's the best one to have. So we'll catch up with him on that in a second.
I mean, I would argue wrestling's better.
Right. Oh, right. You got your own. We've got a whole wrestling show for you, but as always, we're on Jackrabbit Illustrated Facebook and YouTube page, as well as the FCS Fans Nation YouTube page. And we are brought to you by our title sponsors, Kubota Dealers of South Dakota, with 9 locations across the great state of South Dakota. There is always a dealer near you to get into some orange equipment today, whatever you may need for your home, your yard, your acreage, your homestead. They've got what you need, from side-by-sides to skid steers to small tractors, implements, and more. They've got everything you may need, along with parts and service. In the rare event that you do have them broken down or want to get them brought in to be serviced, they've got you covered. So get yourself into some orange equipment today. And as always, our show sponsor for the B team, the OGs, Culver's of Brookings and Watertown. They've been with us forever. Culver's, Brookings, and Watertown, where a better brand of beef makes a butter burger better. Get in there, get your Scoopy tokens, get your butter burgers with some cheese sauce for your fries, and do all the stuff. John Colley has already nailed the street sign. That is amazing. We'll talk about that too.
He's got a keen eye.
He does have a keen eye, but we knew that about him.
Just picked it out right away. I love it. But yeah, Culver's, Brookings, Watertown's the place to get yourself a game day snack on the way to, from, or right after the game. Head and swing through Brookings and Watertown. Culver's, get yourself some custard to celebrate a Jackrabbit victory. So with that, Ben, you've got the floor. You were at the Jacks basketball game. If you want to talk about that at all, explain your sign thieving and the legality of all that.
I think it's legal. I don't know. He didn't tell me to not tell anybody.
Good thing, because everybody knows now.
Yeah, I also didn't tell him I put it in the back of their onto the podcast, but no, I have an in with a source with the city of Brookings, so I won't reveal him.
He calls it a 9/16 wrench.
No, I did not steal it. I was handed it by someone.
You sure it's not half inch? Anyway,
I think they're 9/16. I don't know why I would know that.
They're metric, just
I'm
no one
sure.
has the wrench.
Anyway, what is Will Oliver's? Oh, okay. I don't know who that is and why he's commenting what he is.
Yeah,
but anyway, we'll move on from him.
He must be a USD fan, I guess.
Probably.
Oh, I got something for him later.
All right. So I did go to the basketball game, and it was a lot of fun. It was weird though, because it was like I feel like there weren't a lot of regular basketball fans there. I feel like there was a lot of Sioux Falls people that don't go to a lot of basketball games, and it was like a funeral for the first half.
It was quiet watching it on TV.
Yeah, for the first half, and even for the first 13 minutes of the second half. Granted, that was because the Jacks didn't score a field goal for like 12 minutes straight.
Yeah.
But no, once they got down, had to come back, the crowd got into it, and it was fun. But yeah, it was a good atmosphere. And shout out to Coach Peterson, 1-0 as a Jackrabbit head coach, winningest head men's basketball coach of all time, according to win percentage. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was cool to see, and you could tell Siler's still a little banged up, but the team looks good. They're going to be fun to watch.
They did. It was a good night for both basketball teams.
Yeah.
I want to be Brooklyn Meyer when I grow up, because
she's so good.
Oh my God. That was ridiculous. 33 points.
Yeah. Summit League players are just shaking in their boots right now. They're like, no, we're in big trouble.
Yeah. And
don't bring up the Summit League. I'll have to pull out the draft timer early.
Yeah, we've got that. Don't worry, Corey's gonna get his money's worth tonight. But
we're not talking about Summit League, are we?
No. I think that was only the second loss that Creighton's had at that barn in like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And like really, really hard place to get a win. Second time SDSU's ever won in Creighton at all. They're like 2-9 now or something. So that is a very good omen for the women's team. If you had any fairy tale dreams, if you were another team in the Summit League of taking out the Jack, this might not be your year because they still look really good. And Brooklyn Meyer is just incredible. She's
God.
unbelievable.
Yeah, she's fun to
and
watch.
they talked about all the awards she's up for, so that was cool. So yeah, good start to the week. Volleyball swept USD after the football game. Or no, they didn't sweep them. They beat them. Sorry, in 5 sets. They beat them in 5 sets.
Yeah, it was a good match.
So that was good. And this women's soccer team are moving on to the semifinals of the conference tournament out in Denver. Got to win over Omaha. So hey, we got good mojo going here. So now you guys
For
go
sure.
and
Wait,
be sad.
lastly, I got other additions back here. I got the Stig book, and then I have this sweet signature from Mark Gronowski.
Hell yes.
It was cool to see him again at the bookstore prior to the game. But yeah, it's too bad the football team didn't show out for him.
I thought about going over there, but I was setting up our tailgate. So
yeah, we went later. You were walking around with pudding shots, I think, at that point.
I'm just joking.
So quick, Brian says, "Oh, basketball season like Kyler Neal for people's teams who are not good." It's for people who have athletic departments that are successful in more than one sport.
Yeah.
Anyways,
that don't hashtag butt football.
That's why we've got more Summit League cups than any other program in the conference by miles. Anyways, yeah. So I stepped on your toes, and then I don't know where to go from here. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Well, I was just gonna say beating Creighton's a quality win anytime.
It always
was.
Sorry.
Yeah, I guess that's the question. Where do we go from here? Very good question, Brendan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what a weird football game. It was just like kind of surreal watching it. And then, you look back at the stats and you're like, yeah, that was really weird. Like what just happened and how did we just lose that game? I mean, I think the reality of it is, we've had number one, I'll start off by saying that it's inexcusable and it's one of, if not the worst loss in Division I SDSU football. But having said that, the reality is this team just has a lot of injuries at key positions, and we're not real deep right now. Deep as far as experienced. I think we have some talent in our depth, but they don't have experience yet. And it's one of those things that, if we used to talk about this stuff all the time of how, like, man, it's coming off that NDSU game. It's going to be a war against NDSU. And then you got to watch out for the letdown after the NDSU game. And then, we would talk about things like, it's a trap game because you got USD coming up next week. And that's something that I really didn't think about before the game. And again, I'm not making excuses, but you kind of look back and you think like, man, I should have seen this potentially coming with that in mind, that it's the type of stuff that we used to talk about all the time. We used to, and we even said it this year, like, yeah, you're going to get everybody's best shot. I mean, that there's nothing more that Indiana State wanted to do than to come into Brookings and get a win, even though, they have nothing to play for anymore except for pride. And so that's what they did. They came in and found some pride in this season. And yeah, again, not to make any excuses, obviously, because it's inexcusable. But that's my overall thoughts on the game.
Chad, you got anything you want to add? I know you talked about on the A team quite a bit already. So yeah, you guys had your sad montage and everything to get everybody's feelings.
That was
up,
hilarious, by the way. If you haven't watched the A
team,
team,
so funny.
Yeah,
That's 100%
was so good.
Dallas's idea.
it was funny and accurate. Like it was very. It was a good segment. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was all right too. So
I liked it a
But-
lot.
I think that I guess all I gotta say is there's nothing else we can do except for not make the same mistake again, right? Like that's making the same mistake twice is stupid. Let's not do that. Flush the loss because you can't go back and fix it. Can't unscrew the light bulb. That's
Yeah.
not what I meant by that. You know what I meant by that anyways, but you can't undo it. So got to move forward, learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, and I think the other thing about this game is, we talked about it leading up to, I forget what game we were talking about it, but we were talking about how this team has a propensity to play to the level of the competition, and they certainly did that in this game, and it burned them. Enough bad things happened in bad spots that if you aren't super focused and you play to their level, you might get beat. And we had just enough turnovers and they had just enough explosive plays that's how it goes. So, Brendan, I know you have thoughts on this game.
It's not about this game. Well, it is about this game, but it's not about this game. I want to make sure we're done talking about this game before I get into it.
You don't have anything to say about this game?
Well, I talked about it a little bit. With Borg and everything. I think.
Well, for those that don't stay up that late.
Okay, well, it's on YouTube and all. All right, so if you didn't see that, but all right, I'll go into it. It was absolutely an unacceptable loss. 100% is what it is. You go into it. Honestly, should have had more turnovers. Like they should have had 5 or 6 interceptions because of balls that just hit their defensive backs like in the hands and they dropped. I've never seen. The big joke is defensive backs are defensive backs because they couldn't catch well enough to be a receiver. But holy shit, that was terrible. Like catch the ball, that was amazing. But realistically, this was just if you're an outside observer. Absolutely hold this game against SDSU. I have no problem with somebody doing that. I don't care the injuries. I don't care any of that stuff. Corey Schuing says drop QB 1, wide receiver 1, linebacker 1, defensive end 1, plus any others on any other team. See how they perform. It's an excuse, but with this program, there should be 0 excuses. And that's the last part. Does anyone here truly believe that SDSU right now, today, is a worse team than Indiana State? No. If you do, you're a fucking moron. Okay? That's dumb. That's dumb thought process. I'm sorry. That's just dumb.
If you want overreactions like that, just go listen to some sports radio, guys.
Right. Like, holy God and Mary and Joseph. But it was a terrible game. It was it was absolutely a trap game. And all that stuff, all those things. You look at this game, it was just stupid errors overall, whether it was, just getting stepped on by your center, either because he steps back or because you didn't get out from under there fast enough or whatever. Or you fumble the ball, putting the ball in the turf. There's 4 or 5 fumbles where the ball hit the turf that didn't get counted for whatever reason. But I damn sure saw him. Like, you can't lie to me that my eyeballs didn't see him. There was one for, I think it was Henry, that bounced up back into his chest like a dribble. And that didn't get counted for whatever reason. But all those things are just hallmarks to me in the allowing the kick return for a touchdown when you haven't allowed big kick returns all year long. Are all hallmarks of a team that was just not locked in, either looking ahead or licking their wounds or whatever, and they were not locked in. And you hurt, and I don't feel bad saying that because Coach Jackson has said focus, roughly 4,000 times in his press conferences. So I think that's what this is. It's a trap game. Is it an awful, horrible loss? Sure, absolutely, 100%. Here's where I get ranty though. It's over.
Well, the rant hasn't started yet.
No, come on.
I was just talking about the game.
The first F-bomb is the start of a rant.
My rant is I'm done with this mopey, whiny nonsense that everybody's been doing for the last 3 days. I'm done with it. I can't be a crybaby for that long. I'm so sick to death of, oh, I can't believe we lost to Indiana State. I don't know if we're going to beat the Yotes. Stop it. Give your balls a tug. Jesus. This is South Dakota State. South Dakota State Jackrabbits. They have lost 12 games since 2020. We're playing a team that we are 24-5 against since 1990. We are 24-5 against that team that we're playing this week. And we're moping around like we've suddenly become Western Illinois. It is a trap game. Yes, it sucks after NDSU. But holy smokes, there's nothing this week, and it's driving me nuts. And just it's over now. We need to move on as fans. I hope the team better be by now. This is South Dakota State football. It is. We lose, you lose the Illinois State game, and we lose this game, then by all means be giving me the season's over violin stuff. It's get it together. Holy smokes. It's one game. There's still the whole season ahead of us. Yes, we'll talk about USD and I'll get into that. But I look at that and I don't see any reason why this team can't go in and win, even if they don't have Chase Mason. And we're acting like we're going to get just the comments and things I see all the time is like, oh, we're going to lose by it's going to be so hard. And yeah, it's going to be hard. But oh my God. I've never seen this before from our fan base. I think our fan base has almost gotten to that NDSU point of view where we are have forgotten what it's like to be fans. We've forgotten to be fans. We've gotten so analytical and we have to. That's what we do here, right? We analyze. But when we're fanning and we're watching the game, I catch myself doing this. I'm standing. I'm supposed to be a fan in the stands, and I'm sitting here. Oh well, I think that should have happened. And I'm not making noise like I'm supposed to or whatever, and got to slap myself back into paying the hell attention. We've gotten all this over analytical, and if it's not a big win, we're upset or we don't enjoy the wins anymore. And then this, it's sports. Bad losses happen. It happens all the time. That's the term trap game wasn't invented after this game. It's been around since probably the beginning of time. That stuff happens.
I was confused by this comment by Brian. I don't know if he's trolling.
That's why I didn't put it up. I was.
Yeah,
because that's a definition of a trap game.
That's the definition of a trap game. He's being Brian. That's fine.
I know. He's being Brian.
Pick yourself up out of the dirt. We got a big game this week. You can make a difference. We have a huge amount of SDSU fans going to the Dome that absolutely can take it over with the noise. I'm 100% sure of that. It is a rivalry week, and I've seen too many tails tucked between the legs at this point. Yeah, it's a bad game. Brush it off and move on. It happens. Let's go. Oh my God. And like Seth Meyer says, I hate how we're mentioning injuries every chance we get. Every team has injuries. It happens. We still have good players. We have young players. That happens. But like Zach McKinnell's mentioned a bunch of times, Tarleton was butchered by injuries and kept winning. That was an excuse. If you want sympathy for injuries, it's in the dictionary between shit and syphilis. Go look it up and you'll find your sympathy there. Nobody else cares about our injuries. That's the way it is. But this team, I do know, is capable of doing it because they just need to come out and actually perform the way they can. We haven't seen that eye-popping physicality on defense since the early season. We know they're capable of, and for whatever reason, it's been dialed back. We haven't seen the nastiness on the O-line. We've just seen blocking on the O-line. We haven't seen that nasty edge except for one play last game with Quentin Christensen. We need to see that. But my overall message is, long as I went, and I could have just said, I'm just tired of this. I can only be mopey for so long before I just lose my shit and on to the next. There's no point dwelling on it anymore. It's out of our system. The A team did a great job of letting us all get in touch with our feelings and being sad. It's time to move on to the next thing.
And to be clear, that was the point of the bit.
Yes, 100%. I loved the bit. 100. I'm not saying that.
We've talked about it. Our feelings are out there. Move on.
Oh yeah, the bit was great.
Move on. The
A-team bit. Just go listen to the first 5 minutes, if nothing else.
So good. But good Lord, just
I think you guys
It's
should do
like a
feelings.
funeral.
I think
Jesus
I
Christ.
think you should have a feeling segment on every A-Team show. I feel.
I feel that.
No, you guys can do the late night show and do the feelings
Even if it's like
part on that. That's where that's ideal.
Even if it's like a
No,
person, like if we have a
Brendan.
good game and it's just like a personal thing, like I feel a little constipated today.
I feel
Well, I
a
know.
little, I
Speaking
feel a
of
little
which, I
sick
think
myself. Speaking of which, yeah.
I was gonna
But
say.
no, what I was gonna say, I
You
need
can stop the rant
to.
timer. The rant is brought to you
No.
by Mensch Greenhouse and Flower Shop, by the way. Go to them for all your greenery needs.
Greenhouse and flowers.
Yeah.
Thank you, Corey Mensch. But yeah, what I was gonna say to follow up with your rant there is that I think that this is maybe one of the best things that could happen to this team at this point in the season, because like we talked about with number one, playing to the level of our competition. Number two, this is a very young and inexperienced team, and number three, I think that they were riding a bit high, especially after starting the season the way they did, 2-0 against two ranked teams and going to Montana State and winning. I think we started to feel like we were a little bit invincible. And I think even after the NDSU game, I think the feeling was, well, that was NDSU. We didn't have Chase, blah, blah, blah. And I think that if we would have made it through the rest of the season undefeated, except for NDSU, we could have seen this team have a loss like we did against Indiana State in the playoffs, like first round of the playoffs, like we did in, I think it was 2019, right? When we had a similar situation. We had some injuries and we lost in the first round of the playoffs at home against UNI. And so, yeah, I think it can be a really, really good thing for this team. And I think it can refocus them. Like Dan Jackson said, focus was an issue, making sure we have that focus in every game. And I think it can bring a fire to the team too. And this is like the perfect week to bring that fire against USD because you're going to need it. And I think that even without what we showed against Indiana State, I would have been a little worried going to USD, and I still partially am because of all the injuries and everything and the way this team has played at times. But I would have been a little worried even before Indiana State because we've shown against other bad teams that we let them hang around for a while and then we turn it on when we turn it on. But if you go down to USD and do that, we're going to lose. They'll take advantage of it. They'll control the ball long enough, and I guess we can get into the USD game later. But my point is, I think that that it could end up being a good thing for this team.
Long term, I think maturity wise, for sure. Yes, Brian, we know losing to Indiana State's not good, and we know NDSU would know that better than us because they lost to them up until this time more recently than we did. So yes, you would be the experts on historically speaking.
Look at him. He's just angry that we're trying to be positive about it. He just wants us to
he's so mad. He wants to sit here and feel us.
Fire Dan Jackson.
Yeah, he just wants to
Now,
sit
come
and bathe
on.
in our
We just
tears,
know-
and that's not going to happen.
Nobody's calling to fire Dan Jackson. We just all know that Polisek's probably gone after this year. So
Right, like yeah. No,
Anyway.
do we want to get into the rankings and then we can get into
let's do that into USD.
Get into next deal here. So
I love it.
But our sponsor first, Cubby Sports Bar and Grill, downtown Brookings. That's what our rankings are always brought to you by. Pulled from Redshirt Sports, of course. Brought to you by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill, downtown Brookings, the #1 sports bar in South Dakota. They have roughly 30,000 TVs. They've got all the Chiswick beer you could want, and they've also still got that fundraiser going on for Deutsch down there, which is phenomenal. That's doing so well. Almost 120,000. They're almost to $120,000 raised for him and his family as he fights cancer. And we're big in against cancer here on this podcast and Jackrabbit Illustrated. That's been going really well. If you want to donate cash, you can do that while you're down there. Pretty much anybody who's ever been through Cubbies knows of him. He's God, he's just one of the pillars of the Brookings community, and tough thing him and his family are really going through. So if you can help them out, please do so. They've also got some merch and everything like that. I've retweeted it on my Twitter profile, so go ahead and help that out. So yeah, that's Cubby Sports Bar and Grill, downtown Brookings. And if you can't get to the game, they are part of the Jackrabbit Illustrated Bar Network. And I know a lot of people don't have ESPNU, or if you have YouTube TV, you won't be able to watch it either. So check out the JI Bar Network. We've got locations in Brookings, Bryant, Gayville, Millbank, Mitchell, New Underwood, Phillip, Pier, Rapid City, Sioux Falls, Watertown, Weston Springs, Winter, Yankton, and Kewanee, Wisconsin as well. Plus Fuzzies and Marshall, and then Tom's Watch Bar for the Twin Cities alumni group in Minneapolis as well. So if you're looking to catch a game, obviously we recommend Cubbies because they are quintessential watching SDSU watching experience. But if you can't get there for the game, check out the Jackrabbit Illustrated Bar Network on jackrabbitillustrated.com. Yes, we do have a website. We never mentioned it on here, but go check that out. Find yourself a place where there's going to be a bunch of Jacks fans and the game's going to be on. If you don't know where to go, we've got a little bit of a handy guide there for you. So, and if anybody knows of bars that are Jackrabbit bars and show every game, let us know. We'll put them on the bar network. So there we go. Rankings away.
Perfect. Brian mentioned in the comments that he thinks that the year that NDSU lost to Illinois State, they won the championship. So
They did.
There you go. It can be a good thing.
Brian just counterpointed him. You know, the other thing I heard about is
congratulations, you played yourself.
NDSU's already looking ahead to when they lose Coach Polasek, and I hear they're bringing back Tyler Roll as their next head coach.
Yeah, he's in the NFL now. I don't think he's coming back.
All right,
I think he'd actually be good head coach material.
I think
it's the offensive coordinator that'd be the scary thing.
We got to stop talking about NDSU.
Yeah,
all right.
What are we doing?
Unfortunately, the number one team in the poll is NDSU, but now we'll move on from them. Montana number 2, Montana State 3, Lehigh at 4, right. Tennessee Tech at 5. And you may be asking yourself if you weren't paying attention to the FCS over the weekend, but it was bonkers. And that's why you hear Lehigh at 4 and Tennessee Tech at 5.
If you were a top 10 team and you were ranked an odd number, you lost. 2, 4, 6, and 8 all lost.
That's one odd.
Never mind.
Which is nuts. Yeah, and honestly, it's hard to argue against that order if you've been paying attention. If not, and you don't recognize what's going on with Tennessee State or Lehigh, look them up, man. We talked about Tennessee Tech here. I know they play absolutely nobody, but they're giving up 1.5. At last we checked, they were giving up 1.5 yards per carry. That's insane. I don't, unless you're playing just strictly unless you have Presbyterian schedule. Let's say Presbyterian, like some crappy team. And then maybe, but even then, that's crazy numbers. Harvard looks really, really good. Monmouth is winning without their Walter Payton Award quarterback still and putting up a ton of points. So they look really good.
Yeah. So
huge shuffle.
Outside of the top 5, Tarleton State at 6, Monmouth at 7, Harvard 8, UND 9, SDSU 10. Then for Valley teams after that, we go down to 18 for Illinois State, 19 for Southern Illinois, and 20 for Youngstown State, and USD showing up on the poll at 23.
Yep, they got a huge win. That huge win over NDSU. Or NDSU. Ooh, that's gonna make some angry.
One of those teams from north of us. It doesn't matter. They're both
UND. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll talk about that game in a second. But
super bad.
The other, we'll talk about that game in a second. The other one I wanted to mention was NDSU. Youngstown State had them on the ropes in Fargo, and so I think they were in a similar position as us, where number 1, you're coming off the SDSU game. Number 2, you got your rival coming up the following week. So, if they would have lost, we would have said, oh yeah, that was a trap game for sure.
Yes.
And so, they were kind of in a similar position. And that's not to say that I do think Youngstown State's a much better team than Indiana State. Don't get me wrong.
Way better. Yeah.
Yeah.
They Brungard harder than anybody.
Dude, Brungard is unreal.
I'm realistically, NDSU is fairly lucky to get away with that game. They got a special teams touchdown. YSU kind of gave them another touchdown by not recovering a kick, and it just basically especially listen to Zach McKinnell and the guys talk about it, and Timothy talk about it. They kind of spotted NDSU 21 points, which if you do that in Fargo, that's usually a 45 45 nothing shutout. Like you're toast. So to bring it back and really really have a good chance of winning that game is super impressive.
Yeah, and shout out to Bo Brungard. That dude is a beast. He is like Superman for that team. I mean, you talk about losing your quarterback and being a different team, like we talk about potentially with SDSU and Chase Mason. Mm-hmm. If Youngstown State lost Bo Brungard, that would be a completely different team.
If NDSU lost Cole Payton.
No, sorry. Did I say Youngstown State or did I say that wrong?
You said Youngstown State,
okay.
But I'm saying
no, I mean they'd be done.
Yeah, I agree. I was making sure I said it right.
Sorry.
But yeah, like you said, if NDSU
right.
lost Cole Payton, it'd be different. Like he's a difference maker. And that's why, I don't know, I feel like at first I was like, man, we shouldn't, have that be look that different without Chase Mason. But you think about how good of a player he is, and yeah, we can look that different, and he can, cover up a lot of other, areas that, may not be working at this point.
That's true, but we are stepping on our dicks in a lot of cases.
That's
100%. 100%. But again, I think we've done that in other games too, but Chase made up for it.
Well, that's possible. We haven't looked great in any of our wins. That's
what I'm saying. But anyway, go ahead.
Here's what I would say. Did we look good? No, but it was just key moments in the red zone that we choked. We were in Indiana State territory 8 times.
And I'm not at all
finish a drive.
I'm not at all saying that we're a bad team without Chase Mason. I'm just saying you need to play cleaner football. You can't screw up so many times and have somebody like Chase Mason there to bail you out. You got to play cleaner football. And they just, obviously against Indiana State, they didn't do that.
Right.
And somebody else has mentioned this, and we mentioned it, I think, last week on one of our podcasts, but we just don't seem to be playing with any sense of urgency.
I would agree. I mean, against Indiana State, it just didn't feel like, it felt like, well, yeah, it felt like into the third quarter that they were like, well, we'll come back. I mean, they're not going to beat us. It just, and honestly, I mean, that was also the feeling that I had in the stands. And I think a lot of fans had too, because I feel like the fans weren't as into it as they should have been. Considering,
I was saying it the whole game.
Considering the situation of the game, because everybody in the crowd was like, "Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll be fine. We're not going to lose."
Kind of like that time we lost to UNI.
Honestly, up until the point where they threw that last touchdown pass, because we had started to come back and we were within a score. I still was in that mindset, like, well, yeah, I mean, we're not going to lose to Indiana State. And then they threw that touchdown pass. I was like, oh, wow, we might lose.
We're going to lose. We're going to lose to Indiana State.
I feel like somebody on this podcast can vouch for me being a lot more negative than that, but that's kind of my name.
Oh, yeah, you were negative.
I was right.
As soon as the kick return happened.
Not that I wanted to be right. Here's the deal. Pay attention, team. This week, it's either go punch someone in the mouth or get punched in the mouth. That's what it's going to be. We got to go down there and do the ass kick and not get our ass kicked.
We'll talk about Yeah, we're gonna. Are we talking about now? Is that what
Well,
we're doing?
let's finish up the Valley standings. NDSU at the top 6-0 in the conference. Then we got UND at 4-1, USD at 4-2, SDSU at 3-2, Illinois State 3-2, Southern Illinois at 3-2, and then we have some other teams below that. Youngstown State at 2-3, Indiana State at 1-4, UNI at 0-5, Murray State at 0-5.
I just figured those teams below 500
Wait.
didn't really matter.
I just realized is UNI is
Sometimes they do.
Gopher?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
No,
they're not.
Oh,
great.
no, that's Murray State. I was gonna say, the two and
No, they're
7.
both over.
No, I know.
UNI's over.
I looked at the overall record, and I thought that was UNI's
Oh
record.
no, they beat Butler and
Oh.
Eastern Washington. I think.
Well, those are good wins. Just kidding.
He said
Anyway.
sarcastically.
All right, so yeah, let's get into it. It is hate week against USD. If you where are we at on this rivalry, by the way? Is it back yet, or
No.
it's still not?
All right, here's the deal. I've said this over and 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 over again. No, it's not a rant. Stop it. But here, this
If you say it
rivalry
many times
is,
it becomes a rant. That's all.
oh my God. How many rules do I have that things become rants?
You're
But
pretty
no, here's the
ranty.
deal. This game, yeah, well, I guess there's a reason somebody wanted to sponsor it. But this route, you want to beat NDSU in the worst way, and it's embarrassing to lose to USD. There it is. That sums it up. Like, that's how the rivalry is. I walk into an NDSU tailgate, and I'm greeted with beer. We have a good time. We talk a bunch of smack. We're in the stands. We're screaming at each other. But I walk up to USD, and just some random USD guy will be screaming and flipping me off when I'm in the stands, and I haven't even acknowledged the guy. That's the difference.
You do have one of those faces, though.
I
Like,
do
if
have
you
that
were-
face. And that's
if you-
okay.
If you were, oh man, if you were a USD fan or like an NDSU fan, and I saw your face, I'd be like, do not like that guy. 100%. Don't like that guy.
I am very
So,
off.
I'm glad you're on our side, because like,
Yeah.
you're like a lovable guy on our side, but you would be the worst on the other side for sure.
No, I'm basically the guy that everybody talks about, the player you love to have him on your team, but you hate him if he's not. I'm
Exactly.
that guy.
You're that fan.
I'm a fan version of it, which who knew that existed? Yeah, I am. I am not well liked.
like a little kid.
That's true. I would be less.
It's way different when you don't have a beard.
Different type of
I've told this story before, but in college, and I didn't have. I grew a beard like Shaggy Do, so I had 3 hairs, so it was shaved. I had more than one girl. Jesus, I had more than one girl tell me when I talked to him at a party, "Wow, I thought you were a douchebag, and then you talked to me, and you're all right." So, I just have that about me. Yes.
I mean, I knew you were from the start.
Right. Yeah. I'm not trying to hide anything here. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not well liked.
Anyway.
I've offered to USD fans like, hey, you know what? I'll still have a beer with you at the tailgate. They were like, I will not.
I mean, there's a reason they chose your flag.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the sacrificial flag that made that day better. Oh
man, you were so mad.
Oh yeah.
The only time I've seen him more mad is when we didn't win in Iowa.
Oh yeah, the Iowa one was the worst.
Yeah. Well, what do you say? What do you do?
Anyway, all right. So going down to USD, and yes, you mentioned it earlier, the overreaction to like, oh geez, they lost to Indiana State. Well, they might not win another game this year. Like they might,
like it's
they
done.
might miss they might as well stop playing altogether.
Lose by 30 to Illinois State.
And
oh my God.
And then on the other side, USD, they're like before this week, they're like, I don't know,
no playoffs, it's done. Season's cut.
And now they're like, what? They might win the championship. Like I wouldn't be surprised at this point. And so just the overreactions are ridiculous. And so like, yes, a little back to reality. SDSU still a good team. USD still a team that has struggled a lot this year, and even struggled against UND. A lot of weird stuff had to happen in that game for USD for them to beat UND. And honestly, it was kind of a similar game in that way that UND was clearly the better team, but they just kept, like Chad said, stepping on their And
Can we say Packer? You can say Packer.
well, I don't know. Marvin's sitting right here, but anyway.
Oh,
stepping on themselves.
He's got one. It's fine.
Stepping on themselves.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, yeah. So that was a weird game, and so yeah, do I think USD is a better team now than they were at the start of the year? Yes, I think that they're figuring some things out, and they are playing better than they had. But I don't. It's not. The overreaction that I'm talking about went so far to say that they were surprised that SDSU was favored in this game. Yeah. And it's like, come on, dude. Like, they didn't just switch spots overnight. Like, right. USD didn't beat Montana State away overnight.
Right.
And, like, we didn't lose to Lamar overnight.
Right.
It's like they're still who they are, and we're still a good team. And I think that after the game against Indiana State, I would hate to be USD because they're going to be as focused as they've ever been. And they are going to be looking to take out some aggression on somebody. And so that's what I expect. I expect a very focused, very high-strung team that is going to go kick some ass.
Yeah.
I've never really wondered what it's like to be a USD fan, but if I had one word to describe how it's been this season, it's bipolar.
Oh, it's got to be tough, man. Like, here's the deal. Like, in Ben,
I've literally seen the "we suck again" meme a couple times this year from them.
Right. Like, here's the deal. They got housed in Fargo, and then they beat Murray State. They still have only scored more than 24 points against one team with scholarships, and that was Murray State. Because, like, only 16 or so of their points against UND were offensive points, and the rest was defensive points and the safeties. So, like, okay. And look, no matter what, if we are firing on all cylinders and they're a 2-7 UND team, USD team, this game is close in the dome. It's just how it is. So are we saying that they can't win or won't be close or anything like that? Absolutely not. No, we're not saying that. But this is like, I was trying to articulate it with Borg that night. Like, it is crazy how fast the narrative changes. There's no sport where it changes faster. None. There's no sport where one game, everything, all of a sudden they flip spots, and SDSU might not make the playoffs, and USD is going to, and
the wildest, most unhinged fans of any sport are in college football.
100%.
Like, tune into like a I don't know, like an Alabama station after an Alabama loses. Like, they're just losing their minds. Like, they're literally going crazy. I mean, even high school down there, like, man, high school football down there is like life or death. Like, they go crazy for it.
Although I want to point out, because all these Texas teams and everything and Georgia love to talk about how they have $60 million stadiums, I haven't seen any pictures of them full. I'm just saying. Yeah, you got a 20,000 seat stadium. I've never seen pictures of it full. They're always pretty goddamn empty. So are you just doing it so you can say you have a $65 million stadium? Anyways, that's off topic.
I think they're more than 20,000.
No, they're not. They're not.
Texas's stadium, you think it's only 20,000?
Texas's high school stadium?
High school.
Oh, sorry. I was confused.
High school stadiums? No.
The biggest high school one is 18,500.
Boom, roasted.
I was making a whole different point. I was like, Texas and Georgia definitely have bigger.
No, I meant their high schools.
I know.
I
misunderstood.
So my bad. No, but here's my thing. I want to read these off. Okay. USD, Indiana State, 19-14. So that was a tight game. UNI, 17-14. That was another tight game. Lost to Illinois State, 13-21. And then this North Dakota game happens, which USD absolutely won. However, is that formula repeatable going forwards of safety, defensive touchdown, kick return, super deep into the opponent's territory to win a game every game? No, probably not. And I don't know if it was the full moon or what, but I swear to God, it was stuff like that for every top team that lost. It was a game along those lines. Like UND, you could argue, you look at this game, be it against a much better opponent, it's similar. Just you probably should have won that game, but you just blew it. You look at that box score in, yards is the UND rushed for 205 yards and held USD under 100. If you'd have told me that, I would have thought UND won by 40 points. 22 first downs to 17. More 177 to 173 passing yards. 382 total yards to only 270, and you lose that game because you have 2 interceptions, you give up a safety, you give up a defensive touchdown, you give up a huge kick return. Like the UC Davis game was like that. Tarleton was a little bit like it. I don't know if it's the full moon, but that's caused some of the craziness to happen. And again, USD absolutely forced all those things to happen. It's just that's not a normal thing that happens in football. Every game, that's not a repeatable thing. Their strategy is repeatable of keeping it low possession and ball control and staying it until the fourth and then winning at the end. That's repeatable, and it works. Now, here's what I want from SDSU in this game. This is my analysis. I don't care about play calling. I don't care who's quarterback. I want to see Jackrabbit football. I want to see the offensive line come out with bad intentions and bash the other team's front seven until they beat their soul out of them. And they're not running onto the field because they want to play. They're running on the field because they have to face this offensive line. That's what I want to see. I want to see the defense hitting people so hard that they're questioning whether or not they want to continue to play football for the rest of their lives. I want to see him paying the damn van toll. Oh, he's injured, but I like saying it. I want to see KFC go snap a quarterback. I don't want anybody injured. I don't want injuries. There's a difference. And if you don't understand the difference, you don't know football, so don't come after me. I want to see him hitting people to hurt them. I want to see Jackrabbit football, beat them down until they never want to play football again. That's what I want to see. I don't care what the play calling is. I haven't seen it all year.
Love it. Clip it, send it to the players. Brendan is officially the hype video for the week.
Oh God,
I do have a fever. The only prescription
is more hot tubs.
More hot tub. That's what I was gonna say.
You were gonna say the same thing. That's awesome.
But hey, talking about old school, I made sure to go out and buy chocolate milk this week. I am on my second quart of chocolate milk this week. So
good.
Sponsors, possibly you, dairy? Is some dairy anywhere?
Anderson, Erickson.
I mean, Bell Brands is in Brookings.
Yeah, they don't do milk, but I eat their cheese, man.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff. But yeah, this game, I would love to see the running game just absolutely maul people, and I really am looking forward to. And I know you were kind of poo-pooing it, but I'm looking forward to Eisner's response of what does the play calling look like? What are we trying to accomplish? And because, the thing about questioning play calling is it's so easy to do in hindsight. Like
Oh,
if
yeah.
it went well, you'd be like, man, he could play. He called a great game, didn't he? And it could be the same plays that he would have called in a loss.
Right. They worked
And-
this time.
Yeah.
Was the fake punt brilliant or terrible? I would argue
Exactly.
both.
Well, look, I'm
It
not
was
saying
brilliant.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying I sit by someone who, if they yell that punting is for losers, I'm going to say Indiana State every time for the rest of their lives. It's Chad. It's Chad.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Yeah.
He's the one.
Well, I mean, if you pick battles, you can't be right all the time unless you're me.
Yeah. Oh, Garrett Myers next level. He questions plays prior to the snap.
Well, when you see what's coming, Bob.
There's hindsight and then there's foresight. He is
Yes.
blessed.
Sometimes Jimmy's foresight.
But
I will say this. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Do you think?
No, just to finish that thought, I am very interested to see if we rely on the run a little more. Interested to see how much Lawfridge plays and what the other backs look like. And I'm interested to see how much we. So one of the things I haven't liked it all season, and Indiana State keyed on it and killed us on it, was we've been doing this RPO look like the quarterback is ever going to take it and run, because we haven't all year. We haven't all year.
Right.
We keep handing it off every time. And so Indiana State, I know that they saw that on film and they were like, never go to the quarterback. Make them do it.
Yeah.
Make them show us that they're going to do it, because we never did it. And we didn't do it in this game, even though it kept getting I don't that part was
except for when
frustrating.
16 was on the field, then we did it like 3 or 4 times in a row.
Well, hey, Marble pulled it a lot.
He did a couple times.
And once they started making the correct reads on that RPO, all of a sudden it worked a lot. But boy, it felt like for a while that was our only run play we could call for a while.
Yeah.
Something I noticed interesting in the press conferences, listening to Coach Jackson and everything, feels like they're taking a bit of a different approach to the rivalry game aspect than they did with NDSU, because the NDSU game, it was all, well, it's just another game. You know, it's we got to focus and prepare like it's just another game. In this game, I don't think it worked really well. And this, jeez, shake them dice and roll them, Ben.
That's right.
It's, geez, you're doing it slow. But
it's
that's also the same thing I do when Alex explains some of the ref stuff that I'm like, okay, come on, man. But anyway, I digress.
In the press conference, he was like, "Yeah, this is a big game, and we're telling them it's a big game, and we're showing them why it's a big game, and it's for South." Like, I think there's a very different strategy being taken when it comes to that, and I think that's a good thing going into this, especially, that might be a year by year player, team by team sort of thing on how you approach that. And I think with the amount of guys that are, new to the team and everything, I think that's the right approach to take. And I think that's going to help.
You're getting called out live, Ben.
Hey,
yeah, Alex, don't read the text. You got to read it.
Yeah, you got to read it.
Alex asks, and who texts me more than anyone else in the group about it? Well, here's the deal. I am an engineer. I love debate. And I enjoy arguments, so I'm kind of a sicko. So I'm like, I wonder if I could text Alex about this and get in an argument with him about it.
Well, it's just dumb. Except Alex knows the rules because he's a ref, and when we argue with him, we're like, "Well, it's just dumb."
Yeah, we're like that. Well, that's stupid.
Well,
why is that
stupid.
a rule? And he's like, well,
That's
it doesn't
dumb.
matter. That's not the point.
He's like, it's not about whether it's right or wrong. That's the rule. That's what you got to do.
Yeah,
man.
but it's still stupid.
Now, Brendan,
Well,
you
look
know how
at
you
me,
can
Luke.
tell if someone's an engineer? Don't worry, they'll tell you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that.
I use it to explain the way I am.
I get it. I fall into the same category.
That's what every engineer says. I just want you to know, so you know when I talk to you, that's how I am.
It wouldn't be funny if it wasn't true.
That's not the point. Anyway, where were we?
We were making jokes.
Yeah,
Talking about this
I just
game.
got done talking about how they're approaching the game a little differently with it being a rivalry game and everything.
Yeah.
Here's looking at this. If you step back and look at the matchups, if we have Chase Mason, I feel obviously you feel better. But from a defensive perspective, this is the type of offense I like our defense against. We're good at stopping the run. Their offense is predicated on the run with play action off of it. Now, is Bauman going to hit some plays? I'm sure he is. But he's not crazy mobile.
Doesn't do great with pressure either. So if we can get pressure on him.
If you're able to stuff the run game so that you don't have to commit a ton of guys and can drop back on them, it can give them a lot of fits. And the D line has to get home. Chain gang has to have a hell of a game. This is a huge game for the chain gang, in my opinion, getting pressure on Bauman and then stuffing the run game. And we all know that all starts up front. If the chain gang has a big game, then I think USD's offense will really struggle. If they get pushed around, then they're going to put up points. And if you've got Chase Mason, maybe you can keep up with them. But if you don't, well, we saw against Indiana State, points can be at a premium with the young quarterback once you get into the tight spaces of the red zone and everything. So that's going to be on the Hogs, is what it's going to come down to. So, but overall, I like the matchup defensively against this type of offense. Big time.
Yeah, I agree. I think we just can't let them get going, can't let them have any momentum, make them start to doubt themselves, and just got to stay laser focused. And like I said earlier, I think that if we were ever going to be laser focused about this game, it's after losing to Indiana State. And, I think otherwise we may question it because of all the new players we have. They don't know the history and so. But I think we'll be super focused. I think we'll be super motivated to get back in the win column. But what is your prediction? What do you give the odds of Chase playing?
Boy, I think it's hard to keep him out of this one, especially if he was walking around looking healthy, throwing the ball around a little bit.
Because you don't need to
60%.
He doesn't need to run to throw the ball.
Right. And they didn't run him all, and they never ran him all that much anyways.
Slowly take a couple steps back and then throw the ball and then just walk up to the huddle again.
If he's in that bad of shape, don't play him because we do need him for the playoffs. God, that's like, God, what was the movie where they taped the offensive lineman? Got like so many concussions, they ended up taping him to the
Blue Mountain State.
Yeah,
that wasn't Blue Mountain State.
It was. Oh man, Varsity Blues.
Maybe, yeah. They have the concussion tracker on the scoreboard for him. Yeah, yep. So I mean, if he's that bad, don't play him. We got the rest of this year and next year with them that we need that to need him to be able to function.
Seth Meyers says not another team movie.
Yeah, it makes sense because it's a spoof movie. Yeah. Damien says it too, so we'll give them guys credit.
Yeah. So
Seth Meyers says, I think the result of last week's game has a lot to do with how healthy he feels this week.
I was trying to put that one up. Yeah.
It's like, man, my foot feels better.
It's a miracle. Yeah.
No, I mean, like you said, if there's a chance that a high chance that he re-injures it, if you put him in there, then don't. Because like you said, there's there are more games left in the season, and realistically, even though you don't want to think this way, but we only need to win one more game, and we're guaranteed to be in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I think that if he's I
mean, of the 3 games left,
I was sorry, I was reading Alex's comment. That must be from the movie, but yeah, if he is healthy enough to go, I think, yeah, I mean, it would be great to see him out there. I think that we can, even if he goes out there, I think that we can have a game plan where we don't have him run the ball a whole lot. I mean, because we did that earlier this season too, and I think you would probably implement that again to make sure you protect him.
Yep. This is, I think if I were ranking perceived difficulty of these games at this point, I would probably have this at 2 for difficulty, with 1 being the highest and 3 being the most difficult. Just because if NDSU wins,
what in the world did you
can't do that. We're both over here. Our brains are on fire.
What?
1 being the most difficult and 2 being the hardest,
or 3 being
you graded on a 3-point scale.
Well, no, we have 3 games left. Rank them.
That's what you're talking about.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
3 games left. Rank them in terms of difficulty.
Man, you really
on a scale from 1 to B, Austin said.
Everybody else was lost too, man. Back, you thought it, but you didn't say it.
Yeah,
I think it came out different than what you said.
Mouth words didn't really work out how I wanted, I guess. All right, we are ranking the games in difficulty.
Okay,
1 to 3. I would probably put this at 2 because I think UND
given Illinois State some bulletin board material.
Well, Illinois State's at home. They're the only home game of the next 3.
That's true.
And they're not a rivalry game, so there's that too.
And UND, that's last game of the season, and there's potential that they need to win that game to even make the playoffs.
Garrett Myers says, "What does the color 7 smell like?"
The snozberries taste like snozberries. But no, I'd probably put this one as number 2, just because UND might be super desperate. Even though I think it's pretty close, because USD, they're still, I mean, if they want to be certain that they're in the playoffs, they have to win this game in Southern Illinois. They only have 2 games left. For us, that's going to make it difficult. I just lean a little bit more towards North Dakota being a little bit more of a difficult game at the being last game of the year. What's that?
That barn's hard to win in.
Yeah,
100%. And it goes back to the, we were talking about how SDSU still is the team they are, and USD still is the team they are. UND still is the team they are, even though they lost to USD.
Right.
They're still a good team, and it's still going to be a very difficult game at UND. So yes, I would agree with your rankings.
So
now that they make
big funnies all around.
Well, this was a good podcast.
Anybody, either of you two going to the game?
No,
I will not. Oh,
I'm not either. I'm really sad about it, but
Alex is going, from what I understand.
I have a nephew's birthday party, and we're going to watch it there as a family. So, yeah, but no, if people are going, please do make a ton of noise, because you can make a big difference down there, especially with how many people I think we'll have down there in blue. It's crazy. I saw, it was last night at the basketball game. Somebody showed me that there were 6 tickets for this game available, and they were listed for like $20 a piece or something like that. And it's like, that's what the market. That's what the market's like for those tickets in a 9,000 seat arena.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's not more scarce than $20 a ticket.
Look, I'm, if someone's got an extra $10 lying around, maybe 20 if you get the urgent shipping. Loud cups are pretty cheap, and I'm curious how long it would take to get them taken away in the dome. They will get taken away.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm curious, just the shock of the audacity for bringing them in there, and then then how long it takes to figure out what's going on, and then to get somebody. I'm curious how long it would take that to zip by. But no, make all the noise you can. It's a big game, huge game. Should be a good game. Should be close. It's just how USD plays it. I mean, they have not had a blowout either way since Murray State. You know, they've all been one-score games.
Yeah. I mean, even like you said earlier, it doesn't really matter what we're ranked, what they ranked. It could look like a 30-point spread, like we were favorites against Indiana State. It could look like that, and I would still predict it would be a one-score game. And so I fully expect that. I'll save my pick for tomorrow night on Scared Money Don't Make Money.
Don't ruin the show.
Okay.
You're 30% of the entertainment on there. 33.33%. That the show will be 33.33333333% less in
there.
Well, I mean, he might be trying to come in and make it a short show. You know, he's trying to torpedo the whole deal.
Well, he does try to do that. He has that about him.
It's his MO.
Did you do the picks from last week?
No. I'll get him after this. All right. Where's Jim at where we need him?
Garage time.
Yeah, Jim.
Save us.
He's busy bragging on you, Ben. He said I'm highballing that percentage. Jim says you're highballing that percentage thumper. Oh, by the way, just big shout out to our one and only pudding shot Santa. Chad has been a huge engine for Alex's lemonade stand with the pudding shots and wandering the tailgates and selling them. Donated. I mean,
I don't really sell them. It's free will donation.
Right. He's not selling them. Sorry. I don't even know what you say. Handing them out to people and the generosity of the people and their thankfulness to donate to it is incredible. And you and really right now, you and the efforts of you and Chris Schenkel has brought Chase within $1,000 when we were down by like $6,000.
It's down to $106.
Down to $106 already. Shout out to Shields too. If you're listening, if you're part of the crew at Shields that donated $2,500, you guys rock.
No way, that's cool.
Yeah, so that was super cool. But I'm just saying,
did they donate $2,500 to Bauman?
I don't want to get him in trouble. Family working at Shields.
I don't want to get him in trouble.
That's awesome.
You can check the.
But here's the crazy thing: is how did they?
I don't think it's Shields corporate. It's people from Shields.
Yeah, it was. It was employees from Shields. Yeah, and
I understand.
They said Shields team. Here's the deal.
So, go ahead.
They've auctioned off steers. They've auctioned off helmets. They've auctioned off all these things. And Chad wandering the tailgate lots with pudding shots, it's defeating them on his own. Just you have no power here.
They don't understand how good pudding shots are. That's all I can say.
And then I see the gel yoke shots coming in, and they're getting $47.
Yeah, the classic David versus Goliath. But instead of a rock and a sling, Chad had pudding shots.
Yeah,
and if all things go right, we'll be doing pudding shots during the playoffs, and they'll be
focusing on fundraising.
Yeah.
In all seriousness,
but it's go ahead.
In all seriousness, for if the Yoke podcast that's been pushing it really hard, or anybody those guys are listening, it's great having competition like this in it.
Oh yeah,
really,
but also
really
where did they go? They were in a commanding lead.
Well,
did they get too cocky?
No, I don't know. Hopefully they're cooking something up because we've only just begun, baby.
Slow and steady wins the race, Benjamin.
Yeah. If you think
for the
about
tortoise
that,
and the hare.
the SDSU community for cancer funds between that and Deutsch or Jeremy at Cubbies
Yeah.
have raised
Got thoughts, too.
$134,000 for cancer since the start of the football to fight.
Yeah, that's
cancer.
crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Brookings is a special community, man. It really is. And like not only Brookings, but like the SDSU community, including Brookings. It's
and
awesome.
to give their fans flowers and their administration, whoever's involved, if you go look at the money on the Alex's Lemonade Stand page, you can see of that $30-some thousand that it raised where it's all coming from. It's South Dakota.
South
Like,
Dakota.
It's all South Dakota.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been told that
Primarily, is what I should say.
Yeah, I had been informed that Montana State was joining, so we were going to have competition from them. And
yeah, what happened to that?
I don't know. What's NDSU doing, Brian? What are you guys doing?
Yeah,
you like kids having cancer? What the hell? You guys got a guy in it.
They just don't believe in their guy that much. They don't want to put their money behind
bastards.
Full stop. Alex says he hasn't even had J Italian nachos yet. Are they back?
No, he's saying we haven't done them yet.
We haven't done them. And I don't know if we will. I think they're pretty
know that
focused
we will.
on
Other things.
We haven't used that as a fundraiser, you're saying.
Right.
Yes.
I don't know if they're going to be a little, they're busy.
They
with
should
Jeremy,
though.
So yeah, they could do it for him for all I care.
Yeah. Or 50-50.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or 50-50.
Or 100 to him. That's fine.
Or just give me free ones whenever I come in. I don't care.
We're gonna
I've never
we'll be pitching that idea to you, Cubbies, if you're listening.
Right. Here we are throwing stuff at Cubbies again.
Expect a text message.
Yeah.
What's going to be the big hitter is Hedrick's Ranch.
Oh my God. He's
so good.
Oh, Troy, we're serious about this.
Put in your mouth.
I'll work for free if you want me to. Just to make
come up with a peppercorn,
peppercorn
ranch.
I'll go shill it at Hy-Vee with all of ranch. I'll be frying up chislic in like a sample person.
That would be so good. A horseradish ranch with like pepper.
Oh my God.
We did will the Wooden Legs Brewing lemon beer into existence. So
true. And J Italian nachos.
This is why we are sponsors.
We're a real problem. We are.
We just extort them to do things that we want them to do.
I'm a peacock, Cap. You got to let me fly. I'm an idea machine. Oh God. I was gonna look up something and say it, and it was gonna be intelligent, but all right, that's a big jump. But I was gonna say things. No. Oh yeah, we forgot. We missed. We didn't talk about Wooden Legs yet.
Where's your beer?
I just did. Where's my beer? I am feeling below the weather tonight, and we were trying to get that in. Both Brendan and I made an attempt, and Ben kept talking. So
what?
You weren't in on the pre-production meeting.
Oh,
but no. I know Brendan was trying to bring it up, and I kind of rolled with it too. So
it's okay. Really, we tried, but it's all right. Wooden Legs Brewery. Head down there head down to Wooden Legs. See if they got the game on.
They definitely will.
I'm sure they will. So head down and watch there. Get yourself if Cubbies is packed. Head down to Wooden Legs. Get some really good beer down there and watch the game.
Pizza.
And pizza.
They got excellent cracker crust pizza. If you haven't had it, you need to try it. And sandwiches too, but I'm big on the pizza.
Alex says that Troy seemed all about Hedrick Ranch, but Stacy was not thrilled with the idea.
Stacy.
We got to convince Stacy. We'll bring you around. Just wait till you taste it.
We're gonna.
It'll change your
life. We got a Charlie the Unicorner when she shows up. Stacy,
come on,
Stacy, come to Ranch Mountain with us, Stacy.
All right, we gotta go. I don't know where Jim's thing is, but
here, let me look.
As Jim says, as we always say.
No, we don't always say it.
Always.
Oh yeah,
I think we always have.
we
Always do. Go big, go blue.
Go
Go Jack.
Jack.